Hi guys, give me a second. Hi guys, give me a second. Okay. We are going to start in just a second. Well, hopefully not forever. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about the Sumatran rhino. These are probably going to be shorter lives, mainly because, well, at least for this one, shorter lives because the information is a little bit spotty. So, let's get into what I do have and then have the rest of the time to just talk. I will get there. I will get there. So, Sumatra is a part of Indonesia, which is it's an island right below the Malayan Peninsula. It goes Sumatra, Java, and right above Java is the island of Borneo. New Guinea is in that area, and it all sort of sits above Australia. There we go. That's what I wanted. Copy. Dum. So, the Sumatran rhino is critically endangered. Population trend is on the decline. Number of mature individuals. This is where it gets a bit choppy, because it's somewhere between 30 and 80. Right now, there are no breeding populations of Sumatran rhinos in AZA zoos. The last one was moved out. I want to say sometime in the late 1990s to early 2000s. The last one left the Cincinnati Zoo in 2015. So, not quite early, but yes. Now, breeding is being done, but it's happening within national parks and sanctuaries within the national parks, of which there are two, one in northern Sumatra and one in Borneo. So now we'll talk a little bit about what's being done to save them. Guards are protecting the habitats to prevent poaching. Their workday includes patrolling for poachers, keeping track of rhino tracks and other signs of wildlife, mainly the rhinos, removing snares and other dangers for wildlife. They also work with communities to raise awareness of protecting the national parks and the animals within, as well as getting communities invested in assisting in ecotourism projects. And of course, the goal is to breed these animals, to increase their population. Supposedly, there are 7 animals that are being bred in the Sumatran rhino sanctuaries. What they're seeing, though, is the rhinos moving into areas that are not accessible necessarily to humans. The problem with this species, or one of the problems they face, is something that a lot of animals in Sumatra and Borneo face, and that is habitat fragmentation. Males and females just cannot find each other under those conditions. It makes it harder. Now, I'm not saying that there haven't been calves born, because there have been. In September 2023, a female was born in Indonesia. Work continues to gain our knowledge, or to increase our knowledge about these animals within their ecosystems. Getting back to the rhino protection units, the units are teams of at least 4 people, and they patrol an area the size of 11,185 miles. I'll say that again. These units are patrolling an area the size of 11,185 miles. Now, unless you have a ton of these units out there, it becomes very hard to monitor this big area. In 2021, they came across 86 cases of illegal activities taking part in one of the national parks. This animal has lost 1/3 of its habitat, which is pretty sad. Now, groups that are working towards saving this animal have replanted 124 acres at 2 different sites. No. And it doesn't say. Now, these groups spend at least 15 days per month on patrol in the forest. And they all live in communities next to these parks. Yes, 2 sites. So one of the things that these people have to deal with is getting sick. When they do catch wrongdoers, they have to leave the forest and hand them over to the police. During the dry season, there isn't enough water. They get chased by elephants because there are Asian elephants within these areas, as well as bears. And getting stung by bees. Let's not forget that. They're having people. One of the things that they deal with is people coming into the park to take firewood, to fish, or poach small animals. And so they have to deal with that. Oh, wow. I So there are 3 species of rhino that are critically endangered. They are the black, the Javan, and the Sumatran, and the Javans are only found in one national park on the northern tip of the Indonesian island of Java. And they did have a Javan population that lived in Vietnam, and those went extinct in 2011. So I was trying to find I want to find out how many people make up the rhino protection units in Sumatra. And I keep getting the same information. 4 people. Anyway, that is what I have on the Sumatran rhino. Not a really good forecast for them. With only 30 animals or 80 animals, every single baby, I don't know why I keep doing that, every single baby becomes super, super important. Every calf helps to, yes, and they are not in the United States, they are in Indonesia or Sumatra. There are either 7 or 8. And I know there was a calf in 2023, a little female, which is very cool. And if I understand correctly, she's not the first calf that her parents have had, so that's a good thing. But the lower your population numbers are, the worse it is for your population. Because then you're fighting the you have to deal with making sure that your genetics are good. Because last thing you want to do is breed brother and sister. Or super close relatives, anyway. I hate to think of a world where animals are only known for their toys. This is not a rhino that is as huge as other rhinos. Unlike the Indian rhino, they do have 2 horns. One that's a little bit bigger and one that's a little bit smaller. I have seen one Sumatran rhino, I believe, and it was at the Hogel Zoo. Long time ago. Very unique looking animal, if memory serves me correctly. $79 subscribers, by the way. Yeah. And they do have hair or fur, a little bit. They have it on the top. That's what that weird texture is. They have it on the sides. Yeah, they're like I said, a smaller rhino. Yeah. So again, palm oil plantations, not a friend. roads through the jungle make it harder. Yeah. Dams on rivers, because that takes land to build those. So they're having a really hard time of it. I don't know. Yeah. So as of 2024 in February, the Sumatran rhino is listed as critically endangered, which we knew that. With fewer than 80 individuals remaining. The IUCN puts the population somewhere around 34 to 47 individuals, down from a 2015 estimate of 73. Very, very scary. Their numbers have decreased more than 70% in the last 20 years. So more than 70, they've decreased by more than 70% in 20 years. They are already extinct in Malaysia in August 2015. That's a local extinction. I don't have it's estimated that each rhino can live 30 to 45 years. But certainly they don't reproduce. All of those years. So I don't know what people are going to do, but we need to get this maybe figured out. So, yeah, it's scary. Very scary. trying to get... Um... 15 to 16 months. So they will mate every 3 to 4 years. They give birth to a single calf every 4 to 5 years. And sometimes they'll tell you how many at a time, but that time it didn't. No. Anyway, yeah. Sadly, they probably, I don't want to say it, but this could be a species that doesn't make it. I mean, it might. Look at the California condor. It's possible. It's possible it might make it. Hurricane Debbie is to make landfall as a hurricane. Tampa may get 73 miles per hour winds. Above that, though, they're looking at 110 winds, so... she is due to hit Florida. Debbie is expected to become a hurricane tonight and make landfall in the Florida Big Bend area on Monday. Will bring a major flood threat to the southeastern United States. Me too. I don't know. There are warnings or watches out in Florida, which honestly we knew about. So I don't know. Oh, hello. Whoever just came in. I didn't see you come in. Maybe it's me. Anyway. I don't know why I just did that. Hopefully, she'll be on Tuesday. Rhino eggs. What? Next, our next live will be the carnivorous dinosaurs for this channel. So we'll be doing that. And then Cuban crocodiles next Sunday. I need to figure out my things on lives. Well, what they've done is they've gone in and they've removed eggs from female rhinos. That way they can implant those if they're able to get their hands on sperm or the gametes, male gametes, and they can make that happen. No, they don't lay eggs at all. There's not an egg, but female bodies produce egg cells. So they take those egg cells and then, yeah. They can do what they have to do, maybe get an embryo, implant that embryo into a female rhino, and get a baby. They can. But again, they have to have the ability to do that. And they might be. I don't know. But it doesn't change. Even if they do that, it has to take. The pregnancy has to take, and they still are limited to the gestation period. So it's still a game. Okay. Yeah. Sadly, that's all we can do. I find something that works and then keep doing it. Because if they don't do something, we are going to lose them. Yeah, because otherwise, who knows what'll happen. I started work on the, well, I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot we can do. We just have to hope it's enough. Oh, I have started work on the edible plants program. It is discouraging, but I think it's worth the fight to see what we can save and what we can't. But by protecting land for the rhino, you're also helping other animals as well. So it's a win-win. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try anyway. I have one, two, three, four. I have 7 slides so far. 7 slides so far, and I'm not even to the plants yet. So we'll see what happens with it, but I'm hoping good things. Anyway, I'm going to say good night. Remember to always keep learning and never give up on yourself. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye bye.